I am not on board with the fat acceptance movement, but let me explain the nuance. If you want to eat to your heart's content and do whatever, I got no problem. You want to lay around all day eating and not exercising? Hey man, this is America. One of the greatest things about this country. However, it starts to become interesting when you see a lot of people who are overweight advocating for things like, nationalized healthcare. There is a conundrum there. Okay, you can't demand other people pay for your healthcare if you're not going to take care of yourself. You see the conundrum here. So it is complicated. While I do lean left on a lot of these issues, I think if you want to be fat, you can be fat. But I don't like the idea that we should be encouraging people to be extremely overweight and praising this. The response, in my opinion, is compassion but concern. You see someone who's really overweight, you say, "Listen, man, I don't want to drag you down. I'm not going to insult you, but you got to get healthy for not just for your sake, but the people around you and who care about you." Now you may be saying, "What does this have to do with anything?" Well, Gillette has followed up with their toxic masculinity ad with a fat acceptance ad. Listen, it's one thing to be overweight or to be chubby or even fat. It's another thing to be morbidly obese. Okay, if we want to say that some people are fat and we accept that, I accept, that's fine. But if someone is morbidly obese, meaning it's a severe detriment to their health, you are encouraging self-harm. I'm not exaggerating. Moderation. You have to have moderation. And we need people to say, listen, there is a right way and a wrong way to do some things. I can respect freedom. You can do what you want, but we need to encourage people to be better. Well, Gillette may just be the wokest razor brand of them all. In the wake of the company's controversial ads smacking so-called toxic masculinity, Gillette Venus tackled fat acceptance and body positivity on Thursday. The official Twitter account for Gillette Venus posted a photo of a morbidly obese woman in a bikini named Anna jumping at the beach. Well, she's not jumping. "Go out there and slay the day," the caption praised. Now, there's some nuance here, right? It's not black or white. They're not. I think the challenge here is this post is in no way encouraging people. I don't think it's saying, hey, you should become morbidly obese. But there is normalization within our culture. And this woman is not just overweight. She's dangerously and morbidly obese. And, here's the thing. It's not just about being overweight. It's that when you're overweight, we can see a few things. You're probably not eating the right food, which is bad for you. It's going to affect your mental health. It can make you depressed, and you're probably not getting enough physical activity. It's not true for everybody. I do know some pretty big. There's one dude I know who would exercise every day at the gym, and he was just always huge, like just fat. And I'm like, yes, that's true. Some people, but that you can listen. We have to be careful about normalizing disease. Okay. Now, some people would argue that idea. I'm trying to use as lefty of a definition as I can for morbid obesity. It's an ailment that's affecting somebody and they need assistance. If we put out media where we're like, hey man, you can do this, that's fine. I get it. You want to encourage people who are overweight to just be themselves and not be worried about it. That's respectable. That can actually help alleviate some depression. At the same time, it may result in people thinking, I don't have to better myself. I don't have to be healthy. And while mental health is important, physical health is important too. I'm not one to believe we should have any kind of government calisthenics program, like they did in the communist Soviet Union or whatever. I'm pretty sure, because there was some article I read about Putin wanting more, nationwide, everybody gets up and does exercise kind of thing. No, I don't think that. I just think we have to, as a society, we value good things, right? If we encourage the good through our media and movies, games, etc., we can encourage people to do better. If you choose to do otherwise, go for it. But this is definitely not the same capacity as the toxic masculinity ad. But again, here we go. What did we see in the UK? There was a beach body ad. I don't know if you heard about the story. And it was a picture of a very, very thin and beautiful woman. And people got offended. They took it down. Some other company put up an ad with 3 morbidly obese women. The problem here is that being too skinny and being too fat are both bad. Why is it that you can have these kinds of ads while simultaneously looking down on anorexia? They're both detrimental to your health. We have TV specials where they're like, you're too skinny, it's a problem, you need help. We have commercials, we have services saying, oh no, if you're, you need help. But when it comes to morbid obesity, it's go slay. You're totally good. Let's read on. In a subsequent tweet, the account made clear the declaration: Venus is committed to representing beautiful women of all shapes, sizes, and skin types because all types of beautiful skin deserve to be shown. Where's the anorexic ad? For real, like where's the anorexic ad? There was a YouTuber recently, I don't know her name, but she made a video and all of a sudden everyone freaked out because it was clear she was on the verge of death. Okay? Anorexia is a serious problem. We don't want to shame people who are anorexic. We want to help them and make sure they're eating right. The same is true for people who are morbidly obese. But there are mean people out there who will rag on anybody just because they can. So why is it that Gillette Venus, it says it's all about all body types? Where's the anorexia ad, Gillette? You're clearly pandering to an ideology. And I'll tell you why I think this is the case. The reason why this ad is acceptable is because Americans in general are gaining weight. They're getting fatter. So you have a bunch of women who are overweight. Gillette posts an ad with a big fat woman, and that makes these women feel better. But anorexia is not as common. Weight gain is, people eat too much. They eat ice cream and cake and they don't exercise. So the ads come out. Someone pointed out something really interesting. While I don't want to claim a conspiracy, you can see the effect that's happening on our culture because the Dove Real Beauty campaign showed a bunch of women who I would not call morbidly obese. They looked like regular women. Some were a little, chubbier, some were thinner, but it didn't seem like any of them were unhealthy, just different body types. But typically, Real Beauty was associated with plus-size women. And someone pointed out as a joke, I believe it's Unilever owns not only Dove, but also Ben & Jerry's. Think about what this means. Again, not saying this is a conspiracy, but you do have to recognize, if I own a company that sells ice cream, and I own a company that sells, body cleaning products, the last thing I want to do is shame fat people through either of these brands because I'm trying to sell ice cream to people. When people want to lose weight, they don't eat ice cream. Okay, so you can't make people feel, make people feel good about being overweight. They'll buy more ice cream because they won't care. So if you want to sell ice cream, that's how you advertise. Once again, why I'm not a complete free market capitalist, but let's read on. Feminists have been at the forefront of not only stripping stigma from being morbidly obese, but celebrating it. An example of the extremism of the movement was illustrated by Connecticut College psychology professor Joan Chrysler, who claimed in 2017 that medical doctors alerting patients to health risks concerning their obesity are engaging in medical fat shaming. Last year, Daily Wire editor-in-chief Ben Shapiro asserted that it's counterproductive to praise people for things about themselves they ought to change, particularly regarding health, assuming change is possible. What if people said we shouldn't cigarette shame? I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or facetious. No, literally, what if we were stop cigarette shaming people? No, we have truth.org or whatever that website is, where they run commercials all day and all night saying, stop smoking. There was a controversy in the UK where an ad on a bus stop said the number one cause of cancer after cigarettes, and then the thing changes and it said obesity, and all these people got mad saying, "How dare you?" Okay. Imagine if we asbestos shamed people. I understand there's a difference. The point is, it's unhealthy. Okay. Again, you want to smoke? Go smoke. Okay. I even think drugs should be almost entirely legal. Now, again, I don't know enough about the system to claim they should all be. But I typically err on the libertarian side of, hey man, it's your body, it's your life, do your thing. Just don't screw with kids and don't hurt people. But it's a complicated issue. So I don't want to act like I have a definitive stance. I do lean more towards the legalization of most drugs. But I think they're bad, right? So what do we do with cigarettes? We put things on cigarettes saying hey, this will kill you. Okay, I kind of agree with that. Let people smoke if they want to smoke. That's called freedom. But we shouldn't be glorifying it. We shouldn't be glorifying this either. We made it illegal. I believe it's illegal to advertise cigarettes to children. Well, what about this? Okay. What about advertising morbid obesity? Something that can seriously harm people, can make them depressed, can make them sick, can cause cancer, but that's okay. The media's new focus on building up self-esteem regarding weight status isn't totally disconnected from radically escalating rates of obesity in the United States. 12.7% of our kids are now technically classified as obese, Shapiro continued. Self-esteem shouldn't be disconnected from achievement. Doing so leads to a lack of active decision-making. That holds true whether we're discussing obesity or whether we're discussing any other status that can be altered by decision making. Self-esteem must be earned, not given. So this is a really good point, and that's the last thing I'll end here. 12.7% of our kids are now classified as obese. Look, the fatter Americans get, the more they will accept these ads because the marketing companies want to connect with Americans. This is a reflection of who they think will buy their product. This is who they're trying to get. This is the marketing strategy. This person, which means the company doesn't care about how you look. They don't care. They want your money. This isn't meant to be positive or negative. It's just simply meant to reflect back at who they think is buying their razors. If they think women tend to look like this, America's in serious trouble. Look, again, I'm not trying to be mean to her. Okay, what I'm saying is if Americans are morbidly obese, we've got serious problems. But I'll leave it there. I got one more video coming up for you in a few minutes. I will see you soon.